Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. My name is Will Mitchell. Welcome to the Holy Fire Hangout. Today we're going to discuss faith and trust. I'm a Reiki Master Teacher from Rochester, New York, and I specialize in the Sui Holy Fire Reiki. Today our agenda is going to be we're going to introduce people. Yeah, I have. So we have Amy, Barbara, Brian, Ivy, Michelle, and Valerie, and me, Will Mitchell. We're going to go over an overview of Reiki, the Reiki ideals, the Holy Fire, and the three heavens. What's the difference between a meditation and a Holy Fire meditation experience? And then we'll have an open discussion about faith and trust. And then we'll do a Holy Fire meditation experience where we'll ask the Holy Fire to show us about faith and trust. Then we're going to share, we're going to journal, and we're going to share, and then we'll have closings. So Reiki is a Japanese relaxation technique that also promotes healing. It's made up of the two Japanese words rei and ki, where rei means divine and ki means life force energy. So Reiki means the universal life force energy. Can everyone hear me fine? Okay. Reiki ideals. When Mikao Usui rediscovered Reiki in the 1920s, he came up with the Reiki ideals. He asked us to put our hands together in prayer every morning and every evening and chant these words with our hearts and chant these words with our mouths. The secret art of inviting happiness, the miraculous medicine for all diseases, just for today, do not anger, do not worry, and be filled with gratitude. Devote yourself to your work, be kind to people. The Holy Fire, to me, it's that burning in your heart, and it's your connection to everything. It's your connection to all that is, your connection to your highest level of excitement. Holy Fire Reiki is an evolution in Reiki that came about since January 2014. It's powerful, it's gentle, it's healing, it's natural. I call it home. And it's noticeably more refined and comes from a higher level of consciousness. It is unlimited. In Holy Fire Reiki, we teach of the three heavens. And in the first heaven, that's our 3D universe. It's Mother Earth, it's the planets, it's the stars, it's the air we breathe, it's the people on the planet, it's the plants, it's the flowers, it's the birds, the animals. The second heaven is everything that's non-physical, dualistic, and ego-based. The third heaven is beyond ego and clear expressions of God's unlimited love, awareness, and power. And it always respects free will. Now, I found that there's a difference between meditation and a Holy Fire meditation experience. Both are awesome. During meditation, I was taught to focus on the mantra and focus on my breathing. When a stray thought comes in, something like, what am I going to pick up at the store, or what's on my to-do list, when am I going to do laundry, things like that, acknowledge the thought, don't worry, but simply return my attention to the mantra and my breathing. And then we sit in the bliss. Totally awesome. For Holy Fire meditation experience, the same concept happens. We have a visualization that we focus on, and for starters, and if one of those stray thoughts come in, we simply return our attention to the visualization. If any thoughts come in that aren't one of those stray thoughts of going to the grocery store or what are we having for dinner, go with it, because that's the Holy Fire talking. And allow that experience to continue. Some of my experiences have been freaky, some have been profound, some have been just simply amazing. So now I'd like to open it up to a discussion about faith and trust. So does anyone have any opinions on faith and trust? Is there a difference? What are your definitions? Anyone? One of you?
Okay, I'll go first. Okay, somebody else can go first.
Okay, who's up? 3 unmuted, then 3 muted.
Go ahead.
Ivy? Thank you, Amy.
I was going to say, for me, trust is earned. Well, I guess it depends on the situation, maybe. I don't know now. But yeah, trust is earned from other people, I think. And faith is just knowing, you know, like knowing that there's, you know, something more to this existence than just the 3D existence. And trust is, I guess there's multiple definitions, but if you're talking about people, to me it's earned between person to person.
Right.
I
get that. Thank you, Amy. I love your definition of faith.
You're welcome.
Valerie?
Yeah, I believe that faith is inanimate. It's something we can't see but believe in. And trust, trust I have for everyone, unless they do something that breaks that trust. Then it would be a matter of trying to earn that back or regaining trust. I trust and have faith in something I can't see right now, but believe in. So I guess sometimes they can even go together.
Awesome.
That's my opinions.
Thank you.
That's a good one. I like that.
Michelle, you seem to be unmuted.
I know, I am.
Nice.
So, I thought it was really interesting, the idea of applying it to people. I know for myself, what keeps coming up for me, like my session with Alma Talk and stuff, is self-trust. So this is a really good topic for me. This is something I need to allow in my life. Use my words properly. I choose my words. So this is, and I can see why that I would have a problem with that. I trust, now that I am aware of universal laws, that the universe will deliver to me everything I knowingly ask or unknowingly ask for. So I'm not really worried about other people so much as I'm worried about what I think and do. So faith is the same. My definition would be exactly the same. It's, I believe even though I have no proof. You know, trust, I'm just going to say the biggest issue I have with trust is my own self, my own, trusting my inner guidance, trusting my intuition, trusting all is well, trusting that I will achieve, do, can, have. That's where I'm at. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, Michelle. Welcome back, Barbara. I like how you turned it in. That was interesting. Hello, Barbara. Would you like to share your opinion on faith and trust? Okay. So I'm going to mute you then. Okay. Ivy, would you like to share now?
Hello? Can you
Hello.
hear me? Okay. Actually, to me, I think they're one and the same. You can't see it, but you have to rely on your, I guess, gut feeling that it will happen, whatever it may be. That's my opinion.
Nice. I like it. Thank you.
No problem.
Brian, do you have an opinion?
I'm on the same lines as Ivy. I definitely think it's, I don't know, I get this strong indication um, that it's interchangeable, the words faith and trust. Trust being what you put your trust in. It's what you put your trust in. Faith is what I put my faith in. It, it's almost identical. It almost feels like it's one and the same. Those in certain movements will say, I trust, and then those from more of a religious background may say, I have faith, I have faith. It's almost like it's interchangeable, but just throwing it out there. That's all.
Awesome. I love it. I think with faith and trust that we can apply those two words to other people. I mean, everybody brought them up already. Is that we can apply them to other people, we can apply them to ourselves, we can apply them to the divine or the divine plan, which can be interpreted as applying them to yourselves. I think the dictionary says something about faith is the complete trust or confidence in someone or something, or a strong belief in God or the doctrines of religion based on spiritual apprehension rather than proof. Okay, well, do you put your faith in a future event, or do you put your faith in another person? Is it a future thing?
Yeah, that's a great question. Um, yeah, it's being raised in the church. It really seems like that. The way that our belief systems, how we're taught about faith. Let's take faith for an example. Faith being what kind of like trust. You know, we'd say, I trust this, I trust that. Faith is going, saying it in a way that says it's almost like putting it in the future. I have faith or I have trust. Maybe it depends on the definition or the person that's how they're using it. Are they in the moment with faith? Are they projecting it out into the future? Same with trust. It can be in the moment or they're projecting it, into the future. The key here is to recognize that faith and trust is really about in the moment, about what you're feeling in the now. Your power base is in the moment, and which direction you choose to go forward from that. Faith is if I say I will have faith that it will rain tomorrow. Well, that's still putting it off into the future. It's just like you said. It's with faith and trust interchangeably. It's what your definition and what you put your value on those words and what they mean to you in the moment. So the moment is the most powerful place to be with those definitions.
Well said. Well said. Does anyone have a comment on that?
Well, I'm going to think about that. I'm going to let that sit. But I I was thinking that it's not about other people. It's not how I choose to interact. It's, am I paying attention to my inner guidance? Am I paying attention to my inner guidance? Like, for instance, I'm not going to give you a for instance. Actually, I was just thinking about that whole church thing. Trust is, there's so many attachments to that word, you know?
Yep.
Really, it comes down to right now at this moment, and you're right, Brian, it is about this moment. It's always about this moment. So that just hit me. Okay. So, but it's never, I used to always think it was about, can I trust a person to be X, Y, or Z with, in relation to me? But really what I'm finding it's all about is, can I trust me to listen to my inner guidance system to know that my highest self is responding and giving me cues to outside interactions on what to do with those interactions.
Okay.
Can I expand on what Michelle's saying? This is beautiful.
Absolutely. Exactly.
Michelle, I love it. What you said before about allowance, that is the biggest key right there. That, I believe, goes in hand in foot with faith and trust. Mostly more faith, but I think it's interchangeably with that. But you're right. Faith is like allowing, trusting that whatever is out there in the moment will be provided for you. It's about right. It goes back to the self. So you are right on, Michelle. It's allowance.
Yes. So the definition I found on trust that I like is the firm belief in the reliability. And I think that's what we're hanging up on, or what could be charged or anything, is the reliability. And faith was complete trust or confidence, which to me, according to those two dictionaries, that they sound extremely similar. But I love how we went in the now. And when I made the write-up, it was kind of a transition between August and September, where my themes in August were manifesting abundance, and my themes for September are service to others. And I believe when we apply manifesting abundance, that when we sit in the now and we declare our manifestations and we say affirmations to raise our vibration, so that when we make our declarations to the universe on what we wish to create, what we are creating. Because what Brian and I love to do during our moon ceremonies is affirmations and then I ams, because that firmly brings us in the now. I am all that I am manifesting in the present tense. It's in this now. When we sit in this now and raise our vibrations and declare what we are manifesting, the universe can't help but bring it in the next now as well. So to me, faith and trust, as a scientist, I believe in the scientific method. And when I'm manifesting it, I feel it. I feel the vibration of everything that I'm manifesting, and I know that it can't help but get to me. But being brought up as a scientist, I also know that oh, well, I need to physically wait for it to occur so that I can check off those boxes and say that it happened. I'm going to make an estimation and run a couple of tests, and then we will test back against the estimation. And so applying the scientific method to manifestation, it would be my assumption is that, or my assertion is, I am manifesting what? Chicken sandwich. And so then you do some tests, and at the end of your test, do I have a chicken sandwich? Yes or no? But as Cryan would say, how 3D of you. And I would agree that while we're welcome, Ray.
Hello, just popping in.
Awesome. So we're discussing faith and trust.
Ah.
Do you have any opinions on faith and trust?
Faith and trust. The first thing that comes up right now is trusting your spirituality, trusting that the universe is looking after you, and that takes a bit of practice.
Yes.
Trusting in well-being, that we are looked after.
Yes. Well, I'm doing that right now.
We're loved. We're loved.
So August was about manifesting abundance, and September is about service to others. What the beauty, I believe, about Reiki is that if I'm manifesting anything regarding Reiki, that is manifesting service to others as well. And I know with going to New Jersey and going on that retreat, that's manifesting awesomeness, and that's manifesting service to others. And then going to Mount Shasta for the immersion in abundance, that's also manifesting awesomeness and service to others. But I get the faith and the trust. Is everyone who goes, are they going to have an awesome time? Well, yeah, but
But here's the thing, sometimes we put pressure on ourselves, expectations that it's up to us, whoever the leader, well, you know what I'm saying, whoever puts the event on, that maybe feel that it's my responsibility that they have a good time, and that's not necessarily true. It's sometimes that's where the faith and that trust comes in, is allowing them just to feel it in that moment. And it's challenging sometimes, because we want the best for everybody.
absolutely.
Do we?
I hope so.
Just kidding. You know what? Actually, I'm sitting here. I just want to be like, I had this pang come up for me, and I was like, I'm feeling guilty because I don't feel like I don't even want to try to manifest like funds to go to Mount Shasta because that seems impossible. So now I'm judging my not manifesting this because I would love to do that, of course, but that's
But in the back of your mind, you have maybe expectations of the trip.
No, it costs money.
That's still an expectation.
Okay, then yes. Then
It's
yes.
still an expectation.
I do expect that it costs money to fly to Mount Shasta and attend this event. You're dead on.
But that's okay, and you know what? I'm like that too. Sometimes I have the fears. Okay, it comes down to money. Okay, then I ask myself, do I really? If I at least make the effort to move in that movement, move toward that desire to have that which I need in the moment, maybe call a friend. It might have to take a phone call from mom or dad or from a good friend to maybe borrow the money or something else. But something where you can feel comfortable and allow it to take place and having the courage to move in that direction of what your heart desires. Is it to go to Mount Shasta? At least you're making a movement. That's all.
Well, Brian, I hope you experience that for me. Thank you.
Thanks.
It really is. You know what? I'm going to know that y'all are sending me amazing stuff. That's what I'm going to know. I'm going to trust that's going to happen for me. So thank you in advance.
And another thing sometimes is finding the right place and time, the movement. It's the trust, but yet, this is where I say getting back into vulnerability. If we put ourselves out there, our attention, and even through friends we haven't talked to for a long time, just your intention, if you connect with people of like mind and put that out there, there's someone that feels that might be able to hook you up in a way. It's because you're taking the steps to be vulnerable, but yet having the courage to say, not being afraid to ask.
Okay, so here's what my soul's doing right now. It's going, oh, hell no.
That's hard for many of us. It's to ask. We're always giving, but will we allow ourselves to receive it?
I don't even know what that looks like right now.
Well, what you could do is post on social media. I'm looking forward, you just say, I'm looking forward to Mount Shasta immersion in abundance. And then you just put that out there. And then tomorrow you make a similar post. Oh, it is now 18 days, but I think it's 20 days, 19 days. And then you put out that post. And then maybe you put out another post. It's, universe, I trust that you will send me the funds to go to Mount Shasta.
Because
and then
at
you
least,
see,
yes.
And
you
also say, I love getting checks in the mail.
Oh my gosh. All right, it's a dare. I'll do it.
At least you're making a movement toward that. If you really, 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 really want to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
It's the desire. It's the courage to allow others to give to you.
I don't think that, it never really occurred to me that it was a thing that would happen, or that, like, to not even want it. You know what I mean? Like, don't even want it, because
here's the thing. Right, we're so conditioned that we have to work for it before we have the money, then we can go. But what happens when you throw it out there to the universe or to those online on social media?
I don't know, I guess I'll find out tomorrow.
Even like a donation base. Right, even like a donation base or something that just says, I'm passionate about going to Mount Shasta. But if I, like I said, no ifs. Just throw it out there. I think Will's brilliant. It's just throwing it out there and allowing it to come to you. And like you said, at least you made an effort. At least you tried.
All right.
And you can't say to yourself, I didn't try. I at least tried.
It's true. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Yeah.
So Michelle,
So
I'd
cute.
also like to go back to what you said earlier about faith and trusting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you say earlier you were talking about you're not sure whether or not your higher self is telling you direction A or direction B, correct?
I think it's even more subtle. Well, yes, that's always true. Like, I mean, I check in, but like, I just got my Reiki 2 attunement, a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. So, like, to me, the next big important thing with regard to Reiki would be my next attunement. And for you, that would be 6 months away. So maybe that's really where my, like, brain is, like, with regard to Reiki. That would be really, it would be super special, like, I don't know, like, you just won $1 million kind of thing if I just decided to go to Mount Shasta. But I have a lot of stuff going on here, so it really is kind of like one of those things, like, yeah, that would be really nice to go, but, like, I don't have an attachment to it.
Well, that's good.
So.
That's what Abraham Hicks says about...
Talking yourself out of it, though. I can hear it.
Thank you, Ray.
Yourself out of it. I want to tell you a story of has anybody seen that hybrid girl who came up to Brashar and started talking to him, and at the end she's like, oh, by the way, I don't have a home right now, and Bashar's like, well, it's good that you put it out there, see what happens, and I just wonder what happened after that session. You know, it's like even I wanted to take her home.
Exactly.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna have to check in with myself, my
Absolutely.
daughter, and see if that's really important. There's a lot happening. My life just got really different a few days ago.
Exactly. That's what when Jim channeled Juliana, that's what she suggests is take out all the things and lay them out in front of you and then resonate with each one individually. The ones you don't resonate with, toss them out. The ones you do resonate with, you just bring them back into your heart. Simple as that. It's the same thing that Abraham Hicks talks about when are you following your highest bliss? If you're not excited about it, then don't do it. It's as simple as that. If you are excited about it, go for it. Run fast. Welcome, Raven.
Oh my gosh, somebody has a moving avatar.
Yes. Is that a headache for you?
That's like tripping me out. It's like ADD just went, I can't play this game anymore.
Well,
I'm going to cover it with a piece of paper.
Exactly. Awesome. You can also apply Reiki to the situation, Michelle.
Really? Okay, I do it right now.
Absolutely. So you can use the time and distance symbol and send Reiki into this now and every now along the path towards Mount Shasta, or whichever way you're going. You can use the power symbol to focus the entire power of the universe on this now, bringing the money to you.
You know what? This is so beautiful and why I need to be here because I need to hear what you just said. I needed to hear what you just said. I can use this for everything. I forget even that I do it, So, yes, thank you.
And you can also use the emotional symbol, the mental emotional symbol, to help remove any attachments to any particular outcome.
Yes.
So you'll be okay with, oh, something came up a week from now, even though my bags were packed, and now I'm not going to go to Mount Shasta because some spirit had something better in mind for you.
Yes. I don't have an attachment to it right now. So well, I'm feeling very pleased about that.
Nice. Ray, I sense you have something to say. Maybe not. Are we going to discuss more, or are we going to do a meditation?
About faith, sorry, I couldn't reach the microphone.
No, that's okay.
About faith and trust. Faith and trust. The recent people who begin to explore the world of channeling, the faith and trust is a big one. Because, yeah, I've heard people describe this before, like they'll walk away from the computer. You've just had like this fun channeling session or light languages or you're drawing some light language and you don't understand what it is. It's like, is this really? And this is where the faith and trust comes in. So I came in late, if you still haven't done the meditation, I will perhaps contemplate that sort of energy. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's an intention right there. There you go. That's all.
It's totally an intention. This is an intention-based universe. Our intentions mean everything. All right, Brian, you let me know when you're back. Has any of this discussion that we've had changed any of our meanings about faith and trust? Well, I loved our conversation. I loved what everybody contributed. Amy
I
had
would say
great
no, it
examples.
didn't.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I would say no, it didn't change anything, but I can feel in my body how uncomfortable I am about the self-trust thing.
Okay.
So thanks. Um, I mean, literally, I mean, thank you.
It's my pleasure. This is my JOB, my joy of being.
I think for me, the trust thing is hard because I mean, if you have a history of trusting and not well, just being let down, okay? If you have a history of trusting but being let down by that trust, then I think it does make you question yourself. As Michelle was saying earlier, you do trust, I don't know, other people maybe more readily than you do yourself because you question whether or not you're good at that, giving trust to someone else, or how judging if you should, put it that way, following your intuition. And I think when you can get back to like what kind of happened today, if we can go inwards with that and work on trusting ourselves first, it works similar to working on loving ourselves first. And then maybe we're better at trusting ourselves with giving that away somewhat. That makes sense?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I think
I've had trust. Go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Amy.
I think I have trouble in both directions. I have trouble trusting myself and loving myself. That's a big area that I have to work on. And trusting others because I've been let down a lot. And but I mean, I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, but I have been let down a lot, so I still am kind of suspicious. You know, I go in with a little bit of, you know, a little bit of reservation, but I try and let that go. But I think now that I think about it, I have more of an issue with myself and trusting myself and loving myself. So,
I just want to say that Amy and I share similar backgrounds. So we've talked about this, her and I, and so I think that we echo each other in a way.
yeah,
Like the whole trusting and loving thing comes extremely hard to people who have had that tough background, the tough life as a child. So I'm learning that to treat myself better is a start. You know, to recognize the inner child and the feelings that that inner child has that, you know, didn't get the nurturing, it didn't get the care that you needed when you were younger. And so addressing that now, I mean, because I guess it's never too late, Amy. You know, I'm
right,
54 years old and addressing my inner child. So it's never too late to do that and to
absolutely
learn
not.
completely. Yeah, just start over and do it yourself, I guess. You know, treat yourself like you would a child.
Right,
You know, you're deserving. You know,
Yep. Yep. And gratitude fixes everything. Even if it's just looking in the mirror. Abraham Hicks likes to talk about find anything that you can like about the other person, and if even if it's about yourself, see the qualities in the other person that you would like to see. Imagine the qualities in the other person that you would like to see. Sooner or later, they can't help but show up. The same thing works for yourself. If you look into the mirror and you just tell yourself, I'm awesome, I'm beautiful, I'm successful, I'm proud of myself, anything like that, you will start to see it.
it's kind of like reverse thought. Talk yourself up instead of talking yourself down. You know, because that's kind of all we've heard our whole life is talk down. So it kind of becomes habit after a while, unfortunately. And so the talking yourself up is just starting to enter my life. And I find it's helpful to other people too. So it's a good thing.
Also for me, I'm sorry, Valerie. We're always talking over each other, but also for me, when something good happens, I always wait for the other shoe to drop, because usually the other shoe does drop. So I like.
It's a universal law. It gave you what you asked for.
Yeah, but I didn't know that I asked for it.
Yeah. That's the journey. That's the journey.
Right.
It's I cannot recommend Louise Hay enough. Like, that changed my whole life. I saw her video, You Can Heal Your Life. I've probably watched it 200 times. I can resonate so highly with knowing exactly what it feels like to live 46 years of my life hating myself and moving away from that and being so gentle and so kind, like I would a small child, with everything that passes through me, whether it's feeling, whether it's a negative thought, learning how to use my words and my thoughts to reframe who I think I am. It's a beautiful process, but it is a process.
I'm gonna have to mark that down and watch that then, because I need all the help I can get in that arena. So
we all do. We all do.
thanks for the recommendation, Michelle.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Awesome. I love this hangout. Go ahead, Valerie.
Well, I was just going to say that I kind of wish we had it more than once a week, just kind of hanging out, because it really does help me a lot.
Yeah.
So thank you, Will, for helping me with this process. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes, me too. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Well, can I add that although I haven't participated as much on the Hangouts, I obviously watch your videos, and they do help a lot. And you guys are in a great group of people. It's awesome. So awesome.
Thank you.
I'm glad you joined with us, because the more the
Oh,
merrier.
yes. Thank you. I finally was able to. I'm going to have to go in just a couple of minutes to take kids to catechism, but I'm just so happy that I was able to make it right now. Yes, it's
Very
great.
cool.
You were meant to make it.
Yeah, I'm glad.
You must be on the West Coast.
Yes, I am.
Because it's bedtime here.
Oh, yeah, no, it's like, what, 6:05 right now?
Right.
Yeah.
Amy, I wanted to just also mention, Will has mentioned a number of times Abraham Hicks. Like,
Yes.
that is super, that was super important for me. It has been super, super important about why I know it is utterly important that I watch what I think and what I say,
Right.
how I choose my words and how I choose my thoughts. And they set perfect example after perfect example, stating things in a way to help people reframe the way they normally would respond to a situation, let's say. So I just wanted to
Yeah, I had a
share
friend.
that.
It's funny, I had a friend who, way before I started the journey or whatever, she's really spiritual herself. Her and her family live in Hawaii, and she would always talk about Abraham Hicks. She's like, have you watched a video yet? I'm like, no, I'll get around to it. Actually, I don't even know what you're talking about, but I won't say anything. But she's like, have you watched it yet? And, she'll get on my case and stuff. But yeah, they're really spiritual, and she's been trying, and finally I found you all, and it was just kind of a happy accident.
Yeah.
So thank you.
It's definitely, yeah.
I like to
They're
call it a divine
really,
appointment.
yeah, definitely. And you can't get from I do all of this stuff wrong in your head or in one's head, in my head, I'll use me, I'll say, put it all on me. I can't get from I hate me to I love you. Like I have to get to places in between. I can't
Right.
just abruptly change from, oh, I've spent my whole entire life pouring self-hate on, judging myself. And
Right.
now I'm just going to abruptly stop and be spiritual. Like that's not
No.
how
Yeah.
it's a process. So that's why I really just encourage, just immerse. I have immersed. I have taken all media but spiritual media out of my life.
Right.
Just anyway,
Well, thank
for
you
what it,
so much. I appreciate that because I'm kind of in the same place, and I know it's going to take me longer than just a month or whatever to learn to love myself and change the way that I think and talk. But I'm actually a lot better than I was a month ago, or
that's
2 months
awesome.
ago. So,
All progress is good.
yeah. Thank you so
It's
much, guys.
it sounds like you could benefit from joining me in gratitude for Will. Gratitude with Will.
Is that
What
another
is?
chat, Dale? Yeah, what is it?
What is it? So 2 days ago, today is day 2. Yesterday I started a 21-day spiritual cleanse. And I want to return to the basics. I want to
Okay.
make sure I'm set at the proper mindset and the proper level of gratitude and joy for Mount Shasta. So I started a blog entry. So I'm writing every day about gratitude. Whatever I'm grateful for, it doesn't matter what it is. That could be what I'm joyous about. It could be gratitude, could be whatever. And so I posted it on Facebook and Google Plus and Human Colony and my website. Everything links back to ReikiWithWill.com.
Okay.
And if you write anything, some people are just writing short blurbs. I'm thankful for my mom. I'm thankful for
Right.
prayers answered. And as long as you use the hashtag #GratitudeWithWill, then everybody else who's participating can see everybody else's what their gratitude, what they're grateful for.
Okay. I'll do that.
Awesome.
That sounds awesome.
And I keep writing about this. So the first 2 days, this is my gratitude stone. So I watched the movie called The Secret a couple years ago, and they had a segment about the gratitude stone. They were using just stones off the ground.
Right.
And to me, I carry my stone around with me.
Actually, I have a stone around my neck that the friend I was talking about when I went to see her, she meditated on it and she put it in one of those little netting bags and you put it around your neck. It's macrame or whatever. It's
Macrame?
a yeah, macrame. It's a jasper stone. So I've worn that for like a year now around my neck
Nice.
ever since she gave it to me. So
Well, you can turn it into a gratitude stone.
that's a good idea.
And so every time you notice the stone, you just thank God for all that you have, or you just ramble down a couple of things of what it is. And to me, most of the time, it's my kids that I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
My kids are so amazing. And I put it on my dresser or nightstand at night, and I say thanks. And when I pick it up in the morning, I say thank you. Put it here, and I run down everything that I'm thankful for, and then I add Reiki to it. And then I
That's a
put
good
it in my
idea.
pocket.
That's a really good idea. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. To me, gratitude, just your mind as to how it changes of using gratitude as a tool on a daily basis, even multiple times a day. Even if it's just once or twice a day, it still changes your mindset. You think differently.
Gratitude is a very high vibration.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't even know what the other one, what is bigger than gratitude? Is there a bigger one than gratitude?
Well, there's joy, which to me goes hand in hand with
It,
gratitude.
it's true. Yes, joy is excellent also. It's my favorite, actually.
And they're all aspects of love.
I know.
So,
I know.
or awesomeness. I like to call it awesomeness because
I've noticed you like that word.
people don't get hung up. They understand awesomeness.
Yeah.
And if people start talking about, oh, feel the love, are you a hippie? Are you one of those
Yeah.
people? Even though that's really what it is. But I like to generically call it
Yeah.
awesomeness because whatever you decide to call awesomeness, that's what
You're trying to
matters.
be PC.
Sure. I'm trying to be generically awesome.
Right?
Totally cool.
Mm.
Are we ready to ask the Holy Fire its opinion
Yes.
on faith and trust?
Yes, yes.
Very cool. All right, I just got the download. Just got the experience. I was wondering what the experience was going to be. Awesome. Very cool. So everyone get comfortable, please. You can lie down. You can sit with your back straight. Whatever's comfortable for you. Does not matter. Everyone taking a couple of deep breaths. Now might be a good time to take a sip of water. Water is life. We are celebrating life. We're putting our faith and trust in life, in gratitude, in joy, in love, in awesomeness. Everyone taking a breath, breathing, relaxing. Exhale, releasing. Breathe in, relaxing. Exhale, releasing. Let's take a moment to invite in Mother Earth. Grow roots down to Mother Earth and bring her energy back into our heart center. Breathe in, relaxing. In our next exhale, let's push out her energy to every fiber of our being. Breathing in, relaxing. Breathe out, releasing. Next, let's bring in the white light, column of white light from above, in through the top of our heads, through our crown chakra, and let's bring it into our heart center. Breathing in, relaxing. Breathing out, releasing. Breathing in, relaxing. And in our next exhale, push that awesome white light out into every fiber of our being. Breathing in, relaxing. Exhale, releasing. In your mind's eye, picture your safe place. This is of your creation. Only things that you desire to happen here can happen here. The Holy Fire will also ensure safe communication with trust and faith. Imagine your safe place. Take yourself there. It does not matter if it's a meadow, or a beach, or a mountain, or a stream. It matters not, for it is your safe place. It is your happy place. Now the fire within, the fire that's in your heart is the holy fire. Allow it to get stronger and stronger, bigger and bigger. See the light in the holy fire. Allow this light to enter your soul. Allow this light to take you on a journey. When you are ready, if you're guided to continue your experience, please do so. When you're ready, slowly bring your attention back to the here and now. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a couple of deep breaths and slowly return your attention to your eyes. And slowly open your eyes. When you're ready, start writing about your experience in your journal or online, whatever you feel guided to do. I had an interesting experience, so I'm going to write about it. If anyone chooses not to write but just wants to share, please unmute and start talking.
I'm afraid I didn't get a chance to do meditation today. My little doggy that's sick just woke up, and I was lucky enough to get her to drink some water. She's supposed to do. So, sorry I can't contribute to that part today. But thanks for the vacay for her.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You can always do the meditation at any point in time. The energy is inside the video.
I had a lot of feeling movement, like a lot of tears. I had, it was very interesting actually. It went from my cool place that was the mountains, the sea, the forest, the crystals, the cave, the beach, because I want it all, to just sitting with compassion and seeing a scene play out that I've experienced and behavior that is not it is the kind of behavior I've played out in my life that would give me reason to distrust myself. And I got to send Reiki and love and compassion to that, and forgiveness. And then it was very interesting because abruptly, like a video game, something snatched me up, and it was all black, but there was neon, and it was like lots of kind of triangles on the edges of different colors, and my energy got really different, very cool and calm, very, very calm. And he's like, it's just an illusion. And I was like, it feels really real. And he's like, but it's just an illusion. So we just shoved like a lot of trust down into my DNA situation down here. And yeah, that's how mine went. It was very cool, actually. Thanks.
Nice. Thanks for sharing. Is anyone else? No one else is ready. I can talk about mine. So mine was a lot about faith and trust. And it had to do with my great-great-grandmother. Let's see, is it a great-great-great-great-grandmother? Yes. Who passed away long before I was even a gleam in my father's eye. So my son Matthew and I went to Germany last fall, And last summer, we were thinking about all these places that we wanted to go see. And Grandma Wilhelmina has been talking to me a lot last summer. And so I wanted to go to the place where she was born. She was born in Bohemia. And in a small town, at that time it was German controlled or German owned, and everybody in Bohemia at that time was German. So the town city name was Kratzau. And today, I can't remember the exact name, but I'm going to type it in right now. I wanted to go visit her town. So I looked it up online, and then, so it's called Kratzava in the Czech Republic today, in the northern part of the Czech Republic near the Polish border, the Polish-German border. So I went there. I went there online, and I started looking at all the cool places I wanted to go see. And one day, I ran across this gorgeous town called Carlsbad or Karlovy Vary. So I felt that Grandma was telling me to go to this. Just envisioning, I sat there in a meditative state while contemplating going to this city. All of a sudden, she shows me a Bohemian garnet necklace that I am to purchase in this city. And I'm going, wow. She showed me the shop, what it looks like. It's on a side street, and that the shop was yellow. It would be an antique store. And you walk right in, you will know the necklace when you see it. Simple as that. And I'm to buy it. And I go, cool. Are you sure you want me to buy it? And I got a hard yes. So now I'm supposed to go halfway around the world and go to this strange city and find this strange store and buy a necklace. It takes some faith and trust. Faith and trust that the higher purpose of this whole thing will be fulfilled and that it's going to be okay. So I took my ego out of the equation and I resonated with it and said, okay, I'll do it. And then I got a message as to who I'm going to give this thing to. I'm going to give it to an ex-girlfriend. Huh, really? Why in the world would I do that? So that took a lot. Since I still resonated with purchasing the necklace, I'm going, all right, so now I really need to exercise some faith and trust in this situation here. Because I know how much the necklace is going to cost. And I'm going, why would I do that? So there was my exercise in faith and trust. So then when I get over to Carlsbad and I'm searching all the stores, I don't feel the necklace, I don't see the necklace, I don't do anything, and I leave the city dejected. The very next day, my son and I make our way to Regensburg in Germany. And I'm a little dejected. Hey, I didn't find it. Grandma, did you steer me to the wrong place? And so we're walking around Regensburg and we got some bratwurst and sauerkraut right on the Danube. We started walking around seeing all these stores, and all of a sudden we're walking down this back alley and I stop. And I'm going, man, this is the store. And I turn to face it. It's got a yellow front to it. And I'm going, all right. And I go inside. Luckily, the woman spoke English. And I ask if she has any Bohemian garnet necklaces. And she does. And she starts showing me some. And the third one that she pulls out, I'm going, this is it. Not only is this the necklace my grandmother wants me to buy, this is her necklace. It's hers. So I'm going, okay. And I sit there and try to haggle with her a little bit because it was a little bit more expensive than I thought it was going to be. So we haggled a little bit, bought it, done deal. So I re-experienced that during my meditation, and how that was a big faith and trust for me. Welcome, Caitlin.
Hi.
And so after that experience during my meditation, my grandmother, great grandmother, took me back to a time when she and I were circus performers together. Her name wasn't Minnie, and my name wasn't Will. But we were still in the circus together, and we were doing all sorts of things that revolved around really understanding each other and faith and trust in each other's abilities. Where she's standing on my hands and I'm holding her up. Okay, she has to have a lot of faith in that, and she's doing handstands on my hands while we're both walking around. If I drop her, I drop her. So it takes for her to have a lot of faith in my strength and my ability, and we were also a part of the trapeze. When I was younger, I started out as a flyer, and as a flyer, you have to have faith and trust in the catcher, especially when you're working without a net. Later on, I became the catcher, and I was catching Minnie, Wilhelmina. So there was a lot of trust. I had the trust that I would catch her. She had the trust that I would catch her, especially when we were working without a net and doing the difficult flips, like a triple somersault. So that was my experience. So to me, it was both an experience in faith and trust in the divine when I got my messages to go purchase the necklace. And it was an experience in faith and trust with humans and human ability, and somebody counting on me and me counting on someone else as well. That's all I have. Does anyone wish to share about their experience?
That was an amazing story. Thank you.
Yeah, yours was pretty
The question
amazing.
is still, what would you give it to your ex-girlfriend?
Yeah, well, I kept asking that, and then the message I kept getting is, don't concern yourself with it.
To resolve old issues, maybe.
Pardon?
To resolve old issues, maybe.
No, it had nothing to do with me. I was a vehicle. I was a vehicle of delivery. I knew where the necklace was. I had the money to obtain it. I obtained it. I delivered it. And she and my great-great-grandmother have a connection. Had absolutely a connection. And when I gave it to her, I didn't mention the thing. She did say, "Oh my God, it's your grandmother's." I mean, so she got the energy out of it as well.
Wow, that's beautiful. Really beautiful. You gave me the notion, if you lose anything about you, any items you lost, you can find it through this kind of meditation.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, the holy fire will find it out for you. I just got the notion when you were talking about the necklace. I don't know, because I lost some items.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Much
Before I
love.
learned the holy fire, my mother passed away 3 years ago, and I had a strong connection with her when she was alive, and I have an even stronger connection with her since she's passed. And one of the tricks that I love to do, and and I teach my kids how to do it, is I ask my mom to find stuff around the house. And for some reason, shortly after she passed, I started that. And she's been so successful. I mean, I go, okay, Mom, Where is this? And then the first thing that pops into my head, I just go walk right there and bam, there it is. And my son was looking for something for 2 months. He couldn't find it. And then he starts asking me, Dad, did you see this thing? I go, no, but why don't you ask Grandma? And so he stops and for 2 minutes he's asking my mom, and then he opens his eyes and his eyes go straight to it. Totally hilarious.
My
So you can ask my
God,
mom if you want.
that's amazing.
So does anyone want to share their experience? We got Michelle shared.
I didn't get a chance to meditate because I had outside distractions. I started to, and then like my dog started barking, and I snapped out of it.
Awesome. Well, you can always do the meditation later when your dog's asleep.
Now,
I was
did
just
you really get? Oh, sorry. Did you? I'm sorry. Did you really give a girlfriend a garnet necklace, or was it just in your
No,
meditation?
I really gave an ex-girlfriend a garnet, a antique Bohemian garnet necklace, a 127-year-old Bohemian garnet necklace.
Holy crow!
Yes, and she's doing great work with it. She is
That's
connecting with it. It is a very spiritual piece of jewelry.
that's really awesome. Thank you for sharing the story.
You're welcome. Hey, if the Holy Fire is going to give me the experience, I have to man up and tell the story.
I was just going to say that it really had a lot to do with today and what we were talking about, the faith and trust thing, because you kept asking, why do I need to give it to an ex-girlfriend, or, how am I supposed to find this particular necklace and where? And, so the faith and trust both came into play there in a hidden kind of way. But yeah, you'd have to really have a lot of faith to think that you could give it to an ex-girlfriend without it, meaning something more, and trust that it was okay.
Right. Right. I also ate humble pie after I walked out of the antique store in Regensburg, Germany. It was, Grandma, I'm sorry I doubted you. I just got the city wrong. And maybe that was a part of my journey, is to go wrong city, look for it, get dejected, then go to a different city and find it. So maybe that was my lesson in faith and trust.
Definitely.
Well, I'm going to have faith and trust that the dream I had last night concerning me being able to help two little boys in a Reiki fashion is going to come true at some point.
Yes, have faith. Trust that the path that Spirit has you on is the right one for you.
Yeah, I recently got a light language drawing from Claire. She gave me a heart activation symbol, and I was meditating, holy fire, and I opened one eye to peek at the symbol, which is just sitting on my screen. And for some, it doesn't look anything like this, but for some reason, it looks like, it doesn't even look like it. But to me, I got this image of someone holding their hands up joyfully in the air, like with their hands up. And I got the word joy, and I'd forgotten that my heart wants to feel joy. And it's an interesting thing, yeah, to have a joyful heart, to really, that's a very light feeling that, and I don't know, because I have a lot of physical pain in my shoulders and neck, like the joyful feeling in the heart gets overtaken by physical sensations. So I'm not entirely sure what my message was. Maybe that to trust something, to trust this symbol.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, to trust that. And I got something else. Oh yes, that verbal light languages. Part of the purpose is to raise the vibrations and just trust. Just trust this. Don't look into it too much. You know, it sounds like jibber jabber at first, but the purpose is to raise vibrations. And this happened today in a hangout. The conversation was getting really low about, things that people don't like or don't, yeah, how things get a bit, negative sometimes. And suddenly I just had this urge to raise the vibration by doing a happy light language. I don't care how it comes out. I just want to this conversation's so low, bring it up a bit. And do you know what it led to? It led to it was a bunch of guys. It was like Neil and Ash and all these people. They took the energy and they started singing, and the most amazing song and vibration came out of it.
Awesome.
It definitely works. So so about my intention before to trust light languages and channeling and this light language symbolism, if that's a word. Yeah, to trust that it has a purpose. Okay, I'm starting to understand. Don't try to work it out. Don't even if it looks funny. There's this funny symbol that's really wonky and lopsided, but hey, trust it. Have faith.
Yep.
All good.
All good, exactly. I think there's also another message there that you said that you saw the hands up in joyous celebration.
Yeah.
That how you felt when you were joyous, that it raised your vibration. Did you notice that the pain went away?
Oh yes, that is why I've been led to want to feel that feeling of joy. Wow, ice cream.
Me too.
Yeah. I'll contemplate that as I go and give her toy ice cream.
Yes. Well, I suggest that joy is a choice and a decision instead of an outcome of a behavior. So if you think of it that way, that you choose to be joyous, then the pain it can't be there. It's simple. Keep it simple, Stanley.
I affirm that.
Awesome. Does anyone else like to share? Noha, Maria, did you guys get here early enough to start?
Actually, I came in late, but I jumped into the meditation quickly. I just remembered you saying, breathe in, relaxing, breathe out, releasing. So I just was there in a minute, And then I went, oh, I gotta go for my meditation. So I went directly to my heart, where the sizzling fire is going on, the holy fire. And then on the spot, directly I go to the core of the issue, and I feel everything is resolved. Anything you want is there, Wow. And then I heard you talking, and you're saying, you got the necklace. Oh my God, he's giving us clues, You lost items, you can find it right away. Okay, on the spot. Everything's on the spot. Straight.
Yep.
Thank you, Will.
Oh, you're welcome.
That was great.
My pleasure.
Thank you. And my body is like, you need this kind of hangout in order to feel you are renewing your cells, your body cells. So everything in your body is just like now. It's like happy. I'm happy.
Me too.
So I love that. It's beautiful stuff. I enjoy
Yes.
it really. So this is what I'm doing. It's just you taking your medicine pill, which is great. Which is natural stuff.
Why, thank you.
Yeah,
But
I love that.
I would like to suggest that everyone can tap into this feeling we're having right now at any point in time. Simply
Of course.
return your attention to this now and go, ah, and then bring that feeling into your current now. That's one way of taking care of it. Another one is to decide, hey, I'm inside the Holy Fire Hangout. Yeah.
Exactly. You don't need time. It's just on the spot. It's just a mind thing. Your decision is there. Your mind thing is there. You just fly there. On the spot. Beautiful stuff.
Absolutely.
It just works like a miracle. Yeah.
That was a beautiful exercise in trust for you, Noha. That you came in. I know you came in right after I stopped talking.
Yeah, right.
And
I knew it.
And you said, hey, I know what to do here.
Right.
And you just did it. You trusted what you learned, and the Holy Fire, you allowed the Holy Fire to come in and take over. That was totally awesome.
And the Holy Fire there in your heart is saying, "Yay, I got it now. I know what I'm gonna do." It's just waiting for the minute, My goodness. Yes.
And the Holy Fire took care of the issue.
True.
Instantaneously, didn't it?
Yes.
Totally cool.
Beautiful stuff. Yeah. Thank you. I can't thank you enough, Will.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing and coming.
Beautiful stuff. I love it.
You always make the Holy Fire Hangout an awesome experience.
Thank
Gratitude
you, sir.
to you. Huh?
Thank you. We'll appreciate it.
Maria, did you get to jump in the meditation at all?
Not really. I actually got into it really late, but I was just trying to enjoy the energy.
Nice. Well, we are discussing faith and trust. So
and by the way, I loved your story.
On Gratitude with Will Day 2? Or was it on the story of my experience? With
the experience with that necklace and buying it, finding it.
Finding it and trusting it, yes. Yes, there's also a lesson in there about attachment. So I was really attached to getting the necklace. I was looking forward to getting the necklace. And so when I actually didn't find it in Carlsbad, there was a lot of disappointment. And I'm going, what the heck's going on? Come on. I went exactly where you told me to go. I went everywhere in that town. Well, hey.
What was interesting for me, that the person that you had to give it to, and although you felt like, why should I give it to her? You delivered it anyway. You trusted it.
I did. And there were times after I delivered it that I said to myself, why? Why do you send me on something like that? And I don't get it. But then the message that comes in says, well, you're not supposed to get it. You had free will. You chose to do it anyway. You had a high vibration before accepting the task. You had a high vibration during the hunt for it. You had a high vibration after you bought it. And you had a high vibration while you delivered it. Why are you having a low vibration now? And then I'm going, okay, you're right. That was an awesome experience. But please send me money ahead of time before you do that again.
That's perfect.
Awesome.
How'd you get so smart, Will?
I was dropped a lot as a kid. I landed on my head quite a bit.
Me too.
I always wonder, there's this science called phrenology where they predict your future based on the bumps on your head, or they can tell all about you. They would have an interesting story by doing it for me.
Bumpy head.
Because I have ridges like a Klingon.
Maybe you are a Klingon.
Jekyll. Hang on, I didn't say it with enough authority. Jekyll.
Much better.
Don't make me start light languaging you.
So Maria or Caitlin, do you guys have opinions on faith and trust? Maybe I'll plug in my laptop now, since I noticed that the battery is winding down.
Faith, trust, and pixie dust.
You got it. All good things. Well, if we're done sharing, I would like to slowly close, and I would like to invite everyone, challenge everyone to join me in the next 19 days of Gratitude with Will. So I am on a 21-day spiritual cleanse, and I'm returning to gratitude and joy and documenting all the things that I'm grateful for in my life. And I'm doing it on my blog at reikiwithwill.com, and I'm using the hashtag #GratitudeWithWill. I just typed it in there. And you can join me. You can use any social media that you choose, and it could be just a one-liner. I'm thankful for my breath, Brian Lucchese said yesterday. And today he says, I'm thankful for my mom. And simple things like that. That's all that matters. Now, trust me, if you just document gratitude for 21 days, it's going to change your attitude. And I'd like to also, it was mentioned earlier that people get a benefit out of this, and they would love more instances of the Holy Fire Hangout. I would suggest that maybe you can book a private appointment. We can do appointments online via Skype, or appointments via Google Hangouts. And we can do just a session of Reiki. We can do meditations. We can do current life regressions. We can do past life regressions. We can do, you want to ask the Holy Fire about something in your future, you can do that too. If you just want, and if you want to talk about it, we can talk about your experience, anything. The Holy Fire shows me enough information to lead you, but most of it's between you and the Holy Fire. So you share what you wish to share. And there's a sale in September. I'll be documenting it later tonight. So you check it out. ReikiWithWill.com. One of the links on the right-hand side is Reiki treatments. And I thank you all for coming to the Holy Fire Hangout. One shameless plug about Mount Shasta, Immersion in Awesomeness. Check that out on my website as well, ReikiWithWill.com. If you feel the calling to go to Mount Shasta for our 6-day retreat, you're more than welcome to come. It will be one awesome event. Thank you so much for joining. You are divine, and just for today, unlimit yourself. Namaste.
Namaste, Will.